honestly, where do we dive in here? Because it's not a great one to start with.
Yeah, it's a really tough look. I think the first thing is you got to zoom out of the lens of football and just hope that everyone involved in the scenario, no matter how it shook out, obviously we don't know the full extent of the story or anything yet. I mean, everything's alleged at this time. Like it's a really sad thing that this happened, regardless if it's a professional football player or not, or what's going on. So just hopefully the right actions are taken across the board by all parties involved and the teams can move forward. I mean, from a football lens, I guess, like, stock up for Dylan Sampson is where my head's at. You know, you drafted 2 rookie running backs thinking they both would make an impact this year. I mean, Sampson, Nico Iamaleava kind of struggled heavily at Tennessee really after the first 5 or 6 games last year once the easy part of the schedule kind of led up. Didn't throw as many touchdown passes. His TD to interception ratio was pretty poor actually after the out-of-conference games. Dylan Sampson led that offense to the college football playoffs and they probably would have played Ohio State closer if the game would have been around and he could have actually competed in the contest early on. So, I mean, Dylan Sampson's a heck of a running back. So, yeah, it's looking like him and Jerome Ford might be the first 2 to get a real crack at this thing.
Yeah, it's been difficult, Hanford. There's been a number of off seasons. I think this is 3 out of the last 4 off seasons that the Browns have had some sort of off the field dispute with some of their players. Just not an ideal look for the franchise.
It's not, and you hit it right on the head when you said this is the second year in a row because both of those guys were drafted in the second round, and both of them are from Ohio State. Mike Hall Jr. being the other one. But, I was really high on these. Well, I said I was really high. I'm still pretty high on this, on those running backs coming in. You talked about Sampson, who out of Tennessee, who I think is just a great back. And Judkins, I think he's going to be a good back too. The thing about, when something like this happens, the National Football League and the Cleveland Browns, they don't really comment a lot. You're not going to get a lot out of them because what they're doing is obviously they're gathering their information. They're doing their due diligence on this whole thing. And before they come out with a statement or make a statement. And we don't know what happened right now. I mean, the only 2 people that know what really happened is the 2 of them, the 2 people that was there. I'm just glad she's okay, and I'm glad he's okay because apparently they were dating or something. It was her birthday, but that's what they say. But we don't know all this. I just hate it. It's just a very, very unfortunate situation because here's a young man that's just trying to start his NFL career, and this come out about him. And guys, we have one draft choice that is not signed with this team. Guess who it is?
It's Quinshon Judkins.
I mean, we have one draft choice that's not signed, and
it's unbelievable.
And he's the one that's not signed yet. And boy, I just think this kid has got such a bright future. I just hope. I just feel bad for it. I just feel bad that both of them are in this situation. I mean, I really do.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is a terrible situation. All the thing about it that's kind of shocking, honestly, too, is I'm the producer for the Bobby Carpenter Show, right? So they talk all day long about how good Travion Henderson and Quinshon Judkins are as people. So this kind of really felt like it came out of left field, guys. I'm not saying these things can't come out of left field because that's exactly what happens sometimes where in the offseason, you don't really expect these things to happen until they do happen, right? So then you adjust accordingly. And it's just a really difficult time, I think, for the Browns, for Browns fans as well, too, because, situations like these are terrible. You hear about the Ray Rices of the world. Kareem Hunt was going through this in the past in a Browns uniform. I forget if he was with the Browns at that point or with the Chiefs, but yeah, so he was with the Chiefs at that point, but Kareem Hunt went through this. A lot of Browns players in the offseasons recently have been doing this. Yeah. And it's difficult, too, because does it raise any questions for you? Hanford, you're wearing the NFL alumni shirt. Yeah. A lot of people in the league make tons and tons of efforts to speak to these young guys about domestic violence, about handling their anger. And, Gab Cruz, who's not here today, she has Love Doesn't Shove, an organization that's really, really critical for young men and young women and everyone in between, honestly, who can know how to handle their anger and have domestic relationships like that. It just shocks me that something like this can happen so soon.
Well, you know what I tried to do for today's show, because I know where we're going to hit this topic. I called a buddy of mine who's this is his area of law, and I was going to try to get him because my understanding, misdemeanor battery is what the charge is, or something like that. And I don't know. I'm not an attorney.
Me neither.
But that's why I was, that's why I was trying to get him on, have him on during the show. But like I said, it's just so unfortunate, and the kid is still, he's a young kid. I just, and I, like I said, I don't want to talk about it too much. I don't want to talk on it too much because it's
still going on.
It's still going on.
It's ongoing.
It's an
There was a new update an hour ago. By the time this goes out tonight, the story could look way different.
Yeah.
It's an ongoing case right now, and again, the NFL have the best policy, I think. Guys, you know what the NFL used to do though? And I don't think they still do this anymore, but what they used to do is they used to gather all the rookies and have them go. I think they used to come to Cleveland, didn't they?
Wow.
And they used to, where they bring them, it's like a little school or something where they.
I think they still do it. I just don't know if it's in Cleveland anymore.
Yeah, where
they definitely have the rookie summit. Yep.
Yeah, where they bring them all out and they, tell them what to expect and give them all the rules, what to do, what not to do.
Yeah.
And hopefully they still do that. But guys are going to be guys. They're going to do what they want to do.
At a certain point, too, here, fellas, the thing about it is like, I think it is 3 straight offseason, or maybe not 3 straight, but 3 out of the last 4. Andrew Berry's draft pick, specifically a draft pick, has been getting into trouble in the offseason. It had to be, released basically before things happened. Mike Hall was suspended 5 games last offseason. Jack, what do you got?
That's just like. Is it an organizational thing? That's what I really do wonder. And I hate asking that because I love the Cleveland Browns organization, but the
questions have to be asked.
It happens once in a while everywhere else in the league. It seems like we have one guy a year who this kind of is the case. But also, at the same time, is it Andrew Berry's job to babysit the kids he draft picks? No, it's definitely not. But I do wonder, maybe you could have made one more phone call or knew someone else, and maybe you find something out. But again, like you said, maybe Quinshon, and again, we don't even know if this, we don't know the full story, but theoretically, if something were to have happened, maybe it would have been the first time in his life he got in trouble. Who knows? But it's definitely, it makes you scratch your head a little bit, Hanford, that it's 3 years in a row now.
Well, I'm going to say this. And, I'm going to be as delicate as I can by saying this. I have had a sister, bless her heart, she's no longer with us, but I have 2 daughters. And I was brought up, and the way my parents taught me, I don't care what you just don't women. Or anything like that. You just don't do it. That's just a no-no. You just can't do it. I don't care what they say or what they do. You just can't do it. That's why I said we don't know if he did it. Nobody knows. Nobody knows what really happened but the 2 of them because they were the only ones there, but you just can't do it.